Airfield Estate is an urban farm and gardens in Dundrum, County Dublin, with the ambition to become Dublin's sustainable food hub. We want to connect people to where their food comes from and to educate them on the foods which are best for themselves and for the planet. In late 2022, the board of directors and staff at Airfield identified that we needed a stronger youth influence, and this decision led to the creation of the first ever Airfield Youth Board in 2023. The Youth Board is made up of 12 young people from 15 to 18 years old from all across the country, both urban and rural. Some are from rural farming families and others live 5 minutes down the road from Airfield. The Youth Board has two purposes. One, to bring the youth voice to Airfield's management and decision making, and two, to help create young leaders in the food, sustainability, agriculture or climate action spaces. Over the last 2 years, the Youth Board have taken part in workshops on topics such as climate anxiety, globalisation and campaign planning. We visited the Dáil, getting an insight into how Ireland's political system works, and had the opportunity to see behind the scenes of some of Dublin's most sustainable kitchens. The Pay to Plant campaign, which ran successfully throughout 2024, was an idea which came from the Youth Board. This campaign allowed people to come and purchase a plant and plant it with one of our gardeners, and they can then revisit the plant for years to come. Before we could begin working on engaging young people in food systems, it was important to us to first ask, where do they see themselves in the food system and what is young people's perception of it?
I think that there's a lot that you can learn by coming to Airfield Estate. I think a lot of people in the area wouldn't have many interactions with the producers of their food. They would simply go into the shops, buy their food and not think about where it came from. Whereas when you come here, you get to see exactly where your food came from and how the kind of sustainable farming methods that we use can help impact their food and their food choices.
Food sustainability to me is kind of wasting as little as possible, and also about eating locally produced food, and then also a plant-based diet is the most sustainable, I think.
It's a great opportunity to meet new people and network in the kind of area of sustainability, learn loads of new things about how our food is grown and how Airfield works.
To me, food sustainability is all about allowing future generations to access the same quality of food, the same standards, the same range that we have nowadays.
I think the Airfield Youth Board is important because while Airfield has loads of voices and experiences already, getting one from a youth perspective gives them a different side of things and lets them know a new and fresh way to approach what's going on at Airfield.
I think that maybe more Irish people would consider plant-based diets if there was more information available on how there are accessible options and it is possible. I think that maybe more education could be done in schools about where food comes from. So I think places like Airfield are really good to come and see where food actually comes from, because I think there's a big disconnect between what's on your plate and where it comes from.
You can learn so much, meet so many new people, get so many great experiences, do so many amazing things that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And it's just a great way to build community and to have hope, I think. Hope is really important, especially with working within the environmental sector. So to see people doing things and to see tangible actions that we can take is really important.
This led to the Food Systems Through the Eyes of Young People survey and report, where we surveyed over 300 young people from across Ireland to understand how they see the food system and their role in it. The report found that overall, young people are conscious of the need to improve our food system in terms of fairness for farmers, cost, and climate impact. However, where the disconnect lies is how they themselves fit into this change. A lot of education is needed on the opportunities the agri-food sector holds for young people, but also on the ways that we can produce, purchase, and eat food in a way that benefits ourselves and the planet. This report sets the stage for what is to come. We now have a set of questions that we need to answer and a roadmap for how we can begin to answer them. The next cohort of Airfield Estate Youth Board members will use this report as the starting point for the actions they will carry out during their term. Recruitment is now open for the 2025-2026 Airfield Estate Youth Board, and you can visit airfield.ie to find out more.